Hey, what's good, guys? This is a great video that I'm going to bring to you today because it's going to solve probably the biggest issue that I see with men all around the world. Like, seriously, this is the biggest issue that's going on in the dating market right now for men just like you, right? So the issue that I'm going to solve for you today is texting, all right? Especially when it comes to texting your crush, that attractive women that you know you really want. Watch to the end of this video and it's going to solve it for you for good. All right, so I used to have really bad problems with texting, right? Just like all of you guys, I used to, going back 10 years ago, I used to simp. You know, I would send a bunch of shit that I thought would make a woman attracted. Going back 5 years ago, I think my biggest issue was just being too pressed in the text, you know, like sending just shit that would show my attraction. And I think the thing that solved it for me was one day, literally like 2 or 3 years ago, I just sat down and I was about to go to a party or something like that. And I had like a bunch of girls I was texting all at the same time. And I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I already have shawties that I'm going to this party with. Like, I don't even give a fuck if they text back or not. And I literally just started sending whatever I wanted to send. Like, I stopped caring about whether they were going to respond back or not. I literally was just like, what would I say to them in person, right? Like, what is that risky thing that I would say to them? I sent it. I didn't give a fuck, right? So I would say the number one thing and the number one reason why women leave you on red is because you're texting them like you want something from them. You're texting them as if they are superior to you. Right? So me as a dating coach, I come up with custom text scripts for my guys, right? Like, we actually script out what they should send to women on dating apps. And we always talk about it, how the framework is more important than the actual words, because the framework is how you mentally are going to text them. And I always say that you have to have the leverage in the conversation. You have to be the one that's leading the conversation. You have to be the one that out of the 12 different dudes that she's texting, she always comes back to your thread because she knows that it's engaging, it's actually fun. You guys are going back and forth with each other, right? So when I figured this out, I literally always tell myself, like, whenever I have a text thread or whenever I don't know what to say, I will go 3 or 4 messages above, read it out to myself as if I was in person with her, as if this was a normal conversation. And I would just think, like, okay, what is the thing that I would say to her in person? And the first thing that comes to my head, that's what I say. Now, I'm going to stop here because this is so fucking important. I promise you, if you start implementing just that, it will solve 90% of your texting problems. Because what happens is you do not text the women that you're attracted to the same way you text your friend. You text attractive women differently. And that's why you get different results. That's why you get ghosted, whereas your friend isn't going to ghost you. That girl from work isn't going to ghost you, right? Because you just are genuine. You're just normal with the people that you know are just already in your life. So because you fear losing attractive women, that fear turns into reality and you lose them, all right? So what you should do is just implement this shit that I'm talking about, which is literally stop caring about whether she's going to text back or not. Just think to yourself, okay, I'm the superior one here. What the fuck do I want to send? Read the conversation to yourself and be like, okay, how would this flow in person? First thing that comes to your head, send that, all right? So that's the first thing you need to implement to start getting attractive women in your life to actually want to go out on dates with you and stop ghosting you, okay? That's number one. The number 2 thing you need to do is, and it kind of ties in with number 1, but make sure that you're sending less than you need to, all right? Women need to be attracted to you. They need to be the ones engaging with you. So when you're always sending like too much, or you're sending paragraphs and you just think like, oh, this is just me, you know, this is just the way I text. You have to think to yourself, how would that sound in real life? Like, how would it sound if you were always the one talking and a woman was just giving you one-liners or one-word answers? It would probably sound like you want her more than her, right? Or you want her more than she wants you, right? And so it's the same thing over text, bro. Like, it's the exact same shit. Women are very attentive to who's putting more into the conversation. So when you're there sending a whole bunch of shit and she's not really sending shit back, all it's telling her is that you want this more than she does, right? So what I do is I literally just send less than I need to, because like I said in the first part, I don't give a fuck if she likes it or not. That's just who I am. I'm just gonna send less. All right. The third thing that you need to do right now in order to get attractive women to want to be in your life and want to actually text you back is focus on getting it to a FaceTime call. Okay. 90% of guys are going to text her, what are you doing on Friday? What are you doing tonight? They're going to text her to try to get her availability through text. Whereas you, because you're watching this video, understand that the way you're actually going to get a girl to show up and actually want to fuck the first date, second date, is by getting her on FaceTime. All right. You bypass all the bullshit that other guys have to go through. Right? Because me, I know if I get her on FaceTime, it's a wrap. It's done, right? Because I'm going to show a little bit of my personality. She's going to be laughing. She's going to see the charisma. She's going to hear my voice, bro. She's going to see the seductive ass vibe, and she's going to want to go out on a date. She's going to have anticipation for the date, right? So what I say to you is, when you're texting her, always think to yourself, okay, instead of just asking her out at the wrong time, how can I lead this conversation to me getting on FaceTime with her? Because once I get on FaceTime with her, have a 5 to 10 minute conversation, boom, then I can ask her for the date. And she's actually gonna show up with high interest, which is what every guy wants. All right, so if you just start implementing these 3 things, I can guarantee you, like no bullshit, you will get way more baddies to actually go out on dates with you. Because most guys' problem around the world isn't even getting, like numbers. Like a lot of you guys can get numbers. It's like you guys don't know what to do after you get the number. You guys don't know how to text. So this applies to any situation, any type of text situation, right? Once you start texting her like this, I can guarantee you women will want to be around you. All right. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have a lot of great videos coming out just like this. And make sure to like this video, comment if you like it. If you hate it, I'll see you guys on the next video.